Race Forward's Narrative Arts and Culture program aims to support and enhance the work of arts and cultural institutions and arts philanthropy in developing a racially equitable arts and culture sector. Arts organizations have a long legacy of being racially exclusive to both people of color as well as artistic and cultural traditions that stem from communities of color. The Racial Equity in the Arts Innovation Lab at Race Forward is a 2-year intensive program that supports arts and cultural organizations of all types and sizes in deeply integrating racial equity into their operations, programs, protocols, processes, and their organizational cultures.
Theater of the Oppressed NYC as an institution was started in 2011 with one grant and one troupe. Part of the Theater of the Oppressed methodology is about actually having the themes and the stories be developed from within the room. Additionally, we do legislative theater and other creative advocacy.
As an organization operating in a particular art form that has a very long history of being elitist, expensive, and predominantly white, we wanted very much to figure out how we could change our organization to help be the leader in the field that we are in so many other ways. When we started the first year, coming up with our Equity Prime, to notice in any room we were in and be observant, and then being racially explicit in the work that we do.
Us working for the Brooklyn Children's Museum, which is located in central Brooklyn. It's in like this robust neighborhood that kind of where very different cultures collide. Because of that, I think it's kind of this perfect setting to explore these issues.
When I first started with mass transit, there really wasn't a large conversation surrounding race. What Race Forward has helped us to look at is to see that it is beneficial to be explicit about race in order to be having bigger and deeper conversations about what it means to create racial equity for us as a company and then for the communities that we serve.
Participants in the Arts Innovation Lab are supported in designing what we call racial equity prototypes, and they receive coaching in a peer configuration with a trained racial equity facilitator and coach for the duration of their prototype implementation.
For the communication strategy prototype and the kind of the values that went into creating that was really thinking about decentering power and really thinking about communications and the way you talk about your work. How do we decenter one voice who is determining the way our message is being communicated? And how do we create tools in order to bring in actor involvement that the actors are the ones who are creating the strategy for how they're telling their story?
In the first year of the lab program, we were able to make some changes in our staffing. It's challenging when our board of directors has a particular requirement in terms of the number of general directors from opera companies, which are predominantly white men. So for our prototype, we challenged our board to examine the bylaws and what were the inherent biases there that we might want to examine.
In the beginning, we just decided that we were going to create a show that was going to be for people of color, by people of color, in order to change communities of color. We created interactive improv scenes. We'll have 2 performers get up on stage and perform a scene that deals with some sort of racial inequity, some sort of marginalized community. The audience is allowed to call freeze and stop the action and say which person they want to talk to in the scene, how they could open up communication.
Every staff meeting, we had dedicated time to be race explicit. After not too many meetings, we didn't need to dedicate the 15 minutes anymore. Everyone was much more comfortable just talking about issues.
There's a new generation of artists, arts administrators, educators kind of coming about with new ways of thinking and creating change and introducing arts to communities. I feel like the time is kind of ripe for this conversation, and I think organizations are beginning to focus on it more directly.
I think that sometimes people can have really great intentions, but intentions don't always meet impact in the way that you expect. And I think that part of being able to do EDI work is being very honest with yourself and your organization about where you need to grow. The real value in doing racial equity work, beyond the fact that it's the right thing to do, is that it can also give you a really good barometer on whether or not you're actually serving the people you say you're serving.